So a lot of people were like, fuck it, when it came to his drinking. Right away, he was with a girl for like 5 or 6 years, and right after I met him, she left him. It was hard for him, and she said to me, because we were becoming really good friends at this time, this was in like 2001, 2002, and she was like, look, I can't handle it. I can't watch him do this to himself, and I can't watch him die. And she's like, you're gonna have to do this, you know. And I was like, well, I approve of this. Yeah. And that's hard to say. I mean, Brian couldn't approve of it.
No.
It was basically Ben and I were the only ones, and Ben would just allow it because Ben has that personality.
I don't know. I always thought it was funny how me and Reed would before the shows, we'd always be going off and getting fucked up together, and you know, the other guys would be like, hey, chill out, you know. But me and Reed were, you know, on the same level as far as that went.
Like for Reed, it's been like music, bottom line, basic music. This is what we do.
Yeah.
We work 9 to 5. He's such a hard worker, and then you play music and drink, you know. Like I was always in school, and I've always been in school. I fucking never get out of school,
Yeah.
but I could never deny it. There's a certain understanding of like absolute like I understand why you drink, Reed, and
Yeah.
people don't. Some people have this absolute sensitivity to everything, like the absolute horror of everything, like fucking cruelty.
Yeah.
Fucking worthlessness is just everywhere, and just people are absolutely unkind, and he's so sensitive to that. He was sensitive to it right away, and he was sensitive to like meaninglessness.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that kind of sensitivity was hard for him, even when things were good and like the sun was shining and shit. If you would read his poetry, you start to get into like how like horrible it is to, no matter all that is like there's no ground to this, and it's still a pretty horrible place.
But you know, like, he wanted to die. I mean, it sucks to say it, but like, if you listen to his lyrics, if you talk to him, if you work with him, he didn't care about living. Like, he wanted to fucking die. And that's what's hard to get your mind around. Because none of us could, me included, could fathom somebody who just wanted to die and didn't care. I mean, I remember he, you know, like, listening to his blues shit, you know, like, reading his lyrics and reading his poetry and all this shit, and like talking to him and just being like, God, like if he could pull out of it, he'd be great, and he'd make something of himself, you know. But then that was my expectations for Reed. That was what I wanted to see for Reed, not what he wanted for himself.
A lot of us are like learn to inure ourselves to the hardships because like without a thick skin you're fucked, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like he had the thickest skin ever, but it was so transparent. Like he would just break down and cry in an instant for how horrible things were.
Yeah.
And that kind of sensitivity to pain was horrible. And in the end, like that's what, like he has these songs, like these lyrics, these blues songs, like my addiction hurts inside, but I don't want to feel no more.
Yeah.
He just wants to push it away. In the end, like it was just I'm gonna push this as far as I can.
Yeah.
And like you're not gonna stop me. And everyone has the conversation with him for like 10 minutes. Like, do you want to calm down? Like, do you want to bring it back a little bit? You don't understand how amazing of a person you are.
Yeah.
Everyone loves you, and you love everyone, but you don't love yourself. Like, come on, man. Like, just look at how amazing you are.
Yeah.
He's the best poet I've ever met. He's the most powerful person I've ever met. You don't ever meet people like that. It was the guy you walk in the room and everyone's just like, fucking Reed, and throws up their arms.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do that, you can change anything like that. And none of it, though, like, not friendship, not connection, not love. It just can't take away from in the night when you're alone.
Yeah.
And he spent so many times alone, and so many poems are like, look, I'm just fucked. You want to grab his fucking head and scream, like, you're not alone in any of this. But of course he is, you know, and of course we are. You can't die someone else's death for him, and he died it in his own head so many times that it ended up being like, what just happened? I mean, he pushed it, and you said no, and people left him for it, and they denied him, and they said, fuck it, fuck you for doing this, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And like me, I approve of it. Like I said, look, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to like choke it down and throw it in the bottom of my heart, but I'm going to like do this, and we're going to drink together, and we're going to fucking laugh until the end, you know. I love the guy till I'm dead. Most influential person I've ever met in my life, and that's fine. I mean, I learned so much shit from him. Every 10 minutes, I like think of something new that like he said some random shit. or I'm reading his poetry and something else is coming through. It would never, no one would ever understand if Reed started to be vindictive for no reason. I mean, he was just like so straight with everyone, and I don't know if he was straight for himself. I mean, like, I don't know if it means that if you're straight for yourself, you realize that things are kind of worthless and you don't want to be here, such that like I'm gonna drown this meaning, or I'm gonna like build it up from the bottom.
Yeah.
But we built it up from the bottom. We had a good fucking run. I mean, there's a lot like, you know, dude, I miss the kid every day, you know. But like, we fucking did what we could. We played. I've had the best time of my entire life, and I'll never have a better time. Like just being next to him on stage, it was so much of a goddamn privilege. Like, I didn't do shit, but that kid was amazing. And like, it's not even a band. When you're a band, like it's like the 20 minutes of a show. You know, that's not it. It's not this show. It's like the hundreds of hours of practicing and the hundreds of hours on the road and tour. These are the things that make you fall in love with somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're also the things that make you miss the shit out of people when they're gone. But it's also the same reason that you understand why they're gone. Which is, I don't know, which is shitty, but that's fine.
Soldiers, but they got nothing else left to